Welcome to KWD Insights. This YouTube channel is a small business owner's secret to successful marketing. The digital landscape is changing, and it can be hard to keep up. But that's where we come in. KWD Insights is here to offer small business owners free and reliable resources to keep up in a competitive digital landscape. Join the discussion on Facebook, LinkedIn, Threads, and Twitter. Check out our weekly marketing newsletters and weekly YouTube videos, and you cannot miss our greatest free resource yet, our free e-courses for small business owners. This e-course is centered all around branding. It takes you on a comprehensive journey through branding from start to finish. The course coincides with our videos, and you also have text to go along with them to elaborate on certain important aspects. There is a module-based e-course that you can follow at your own pace, and when you finish the e-course, you get a certificate of completion, marking your success and a thorough understanding in all things branding, certified by KWD, your trusted and local branding experts. My name's Kelly. I'm the CEO of KWD Digital Marketing Agency. We are a local and trusted marketing agency based in Spring Hill, Florida, and we help small business owners throughout Central Florida elevate their digital presence. So if you're a small business owner, you're located in Central Florida, and you're interested in elevating your marketing, please reach out. Our website is welcome. This is part 4 of 4, our final video in our comprehensive journey through branding. So if you've been following along so far, our first 3 videos were centered around what is branding, how do you create a successful brand, what is brand identity, brand strategy, brand propositioning, how do you determine the success of a brand, and we've also gone a little bit into brand personality and how to create an evergreen brand that could possibly outlive your product one day. So throughout this journey, we've shared exclusive content on all of our KWD Insight platforms. As I said, that's Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube. We have a newsletter. We are on Threads. So across pretty much all 8 of our KWD Insight platforms, we're giving you exclusive content on each platform. Make sure to follow along on all 8 platforms. You can actually see what 8 platforms we have by entering our giveaway. We are hosting a free $5,000 web development giveaway. Simply like all of our KWD Insight channels, and for each channel you like, that is equivalent to 1 entry in the giveaway. As I said, we have 8 channels total. So by following along on all 8 and following on each platform, that is 8 entries into our giveaway. So if you are interested in following along on our social media platforms, and by doing so, entering into a free $5,000 web development giveaway, please visit our website at www.marketing.com/giveaway. So for our final video, and we're going to talk a little bit about what brand equity is. I've been dropping that term throughout this entire process, and brand equity is one of my favorite things, so I'm excited to tell you guys a little bit more about that. First, I want to talk about how branding can impact your company's bottom line. So I would like to start out with talking a little bit about Google. You may have heard of them. In 1998, Google was the up-and-coming underdog, and they actually tried to sell their business to Yahoo. But because they didn't have a lot of brand awareness and brand trust, Yahoo didn't buy. At the time, Google was just trying to sell Google to Yahoo for $1 million, which would have made Yahoo an industry leader. It's the same search engine that we know and love today, but we didn't know them yet. So there wasn't the brand trust, and there wasn't the equity within the brand yet built. Now fast forward 5 short years later, Yahoo tried to buy Google for $5 billion. Billion with a B. So like I said, in 1998, Google went to Yahoo trying to sell for $1 million. It's the same product that they had 5 years later, but in that 5 years, they got brand awareness, and they became one of the largest ranking search engines in the world. So by having that brand trust and credibility, and by having a solid brand and marketing strategy that worked together within a short 5-year span, they were able to build. How much is that, honestly? What is 5 billion minus 1 million? Okay, that's crazy. So anyways, in a short 5-year span, Google was able to increase their net worth by $4,999,000,000. That's exponential growth. So part of that value was not real tangible value. Part of it was they had more foot traffic. They had more quantitative numbers that made their price point skyrocket. But part of that $5 billion price tag, partly intangible. Part of that was actually the brand and the value that was built within a thorough branding strategy that added potential billions of dollars of equity into a company. So this is one aspect of how branding can impact your bottom line. If you're wondering, Google obviously did not sell. They are still Google. They are still number one. And in fact, 98% of all of the web traffic in the world originates from Google. Sorry, Yahoo. So what does this prove? This proves that having a great product is not enough. In the beginning, in 1998, Google had a great product. They just didn't have any notability or brand recognition. They hadn't built a brand culture. And once Google did not sell to Yahoo, they changed their plan. They built a solid brand strategy and a solid marketing strategy that just fit together like a glove, like peanut butter and jelly. And now they are one of the top ranking companies ever, and probably will always remain a top ranking company. And a big part of that is through branding. It's also through marketing, but you can't market a product if it doesn't have a good brand. Google's a great brand, and it's not just attracting customers, but you're also attracting potential employees and investors, business opportunities, product expansion. You attract so much with a good brand that far supersedes the tangible value of your product and service. I mean, supersedes exponentially. And now that we've talked about brand equity and you know about the intangible value that a good brand has, I'm actually going to just drop the definition of brand equity, because if you're following along with our free branding e-course, that's going to be good to have in here. Brand equity refers to the value of a brand based on the perception of the brand by customers and stakeholders. In other words, it's the commercial value that a brand name adds to a product or service. If someone bought Google today and renamed it, it wouldn't be worth the $1 trillion that it is currently today, because part of its value is literally held in the branding. This is creating brand equity. So now the case study that I have been teasing, it's about Twitter. I think we all know it's about Twitter. I might have even mentioned in a previous video that it is about Twitter. But can we even say Twitter anymore? It's about X. We're going to be talking about X today. So Elon Musk underwent an extremely aggressive rebranding of Twitter that was a flop immediately. It could have long-term potential to be not a flop, but with most of the immediate case studies out on the market right now, it's been deemed kind of a flop. And we're going to talk about it. Why is it a flop? Because Elon Musk's aggressive rebranding tactics lost Twitter, or X, I should say, an estimated $20 billion. Again, with a B. All these people with billions of dollars out there. But yes, half of its company's value went away. Again, the product and service stayed the same. In fact, they rolled out new features. So if anything, the product or service got better. But that brand equity that was built is gone. And with that, half of the equity of a $40 billion company. So it was reduced from being $40 billion to $20 billion, all with the loss of a little bird. But we know it's not just the logo. I mean, if you've been following along with our blog and with our talks, I've said that so many times. Branding goes beyond your logo. It's the brand culture and brand trust that was built with Twitter. I mean, literally, with the platform, it's called tweets. What does a bird do? They tweet. Everything was well thought out, well executed, and it has built tremendous brand trust throughout the years. And in comes Elon. God bless him and his brain, but he rebrands to X. He completely changes the color palette, the logo, the brand's culture has just been, aggressively turned upside down. I mean, it was a very notable takeover. It was making headlines. It was well known that there were turbulent patches in this takeover. And knowing Elon, he has done things out of pettiness. Not to say it impolitely, but when you have a business, you have to make smart and strategic business decisions. Does Elon Musk have more money than I probably ever will have? Yes, I will give that to him. But this was a flop. So we're going to break down what he could have done to save himself $20 billion. So as we discussed, a possible negative impact of rebranding was his abrupt change of the name. It may have caused confusion amongst current users and made it difficult for users to associate with the platform. Twitter was easily associated with the blue bird and words like tweet, retweet, or tweeting, and many individuals had emotional ties to the platform. Some people exclusively use Twitter, but the company has caused confusion by eliminating all of these cues, and the brand universe is now changed entirely. There is also impact of the symbolism in terms of brand perception. The brand's new name, X, can be associated with various elements, including a cross, a mistake. It is also linked to concepts such as sexuality or cancellation or exclusion, the unknown in the mathematical world. And these symbols will dramatically alter the brand's perception and image in the mind of the users because, as we've talked about, a big part of branding is psychology. You just went from a friendly blue bird that a lot of people can psychologically relate to happiness to a cold and sterile, hard black and white X. And a lot of people don't associate X's with the best thing. Lord knows I don't want to talk to my exes. So as a result of the psychology impact, the shock to the brand's culture, just truly a through and through aggressive rebranding and effectively losing 50% of your equity, it's also been shown that they've lost a good portion of their engagement and a good portion of their users. Twitter is facing a decrease in engagement and loyalty from established users. These users may feel disappointed, alienated, and even a little hurt that this company decided to make such abrupt changes without taking in the consideration of their users first. So now the Twitter brand value, which was estimated to be $40 billion, has effectively decreased to $20 billion. This completely new brand means that the company will have to start from square one, effectively erasing all of the brand equity that was acquired over the course of 17 years. This process can be both expensive and time-consuming. He has promised a lot of new innovative changes with X. It's going to be an all-in-one platform that's going to supersede just the short narrative text social media tweets or X's. And instead of that, he is going to have an all-in-one digital platform that's going to be unlike any of the other platforms or social media platforms out there yet, or so he promises. Another part of the equity loss, especially in the face of shareholders, is the big promises with a little bit of execution that has happened so far. It has been a bumpy rebrand for him, and he had put out promises that are not yet being held, let alone exceeded. So understanding the significance of the strategy behind rebranding is really big. Establishing a new brand requires a lot of strategic planning and oftentimes a professional branding team. Knowing Elon, he headed this one probably based off of his own personal emotions and ambitions, which has gotten him quite far in his life. But now that he is essentially ruling empires or dominating industries, he needs to have an educated team that's helping him make strategic moves that's going to keep him potentially billions of dollars. But that's enough talk about Elon. You need to make those same strategic branding moves when it comes to branding your business or rebranding your business. You have to curate a trusted brand that over time holds equity and can exponentially increase the value of your service or product that you offer just with the brand name. It unlocks so many doors, like being able to charge a higher ticket price for items, being able to establish new connections, new relationships, new brand endorsements. You get your ideal employees and your ideal customers because you are attracting your ideal audience simply through strategy. So another thing that I think impacted Elon, I know I said I was done talking about him, but here I am. I think it was Mark Zuckerberg coming out with Threads. I think that was strategic. I dare to say that he had some sort of insider knowledge, knowing that Elon was going to have an aggressive rebrand. And I feel he waited right at the end of that rebrand, where he lost so much of his brand equity and brand trust, to launch Threads, a trusted new platform built into Instagram, which is one of the most used and loved platforms out there, besides Twitter, which is now no more. And Threads has been exponentially growing while X is trying their best. Now, for real, I'm done talking about Elon, but please, very serious when I say, whenever you're making big moves for your business, please have a solid plan and strategy behind marking every single step, so that you know exactly how you're moving and you're doing it based on fact and research. And I would like to give an honorable mention to Marion with the Branding Journal. A lot of the statistics that I quoted in today's video is pulled directly from their case study, studying the rebranding from Twitter to X. So if you'd like to take a deeper dive, look at some of the socioeconomic impacts of the rebrand, see how they're navigating a competitive market, I highly recommend checking out Marion's article with the Branding Journal, because they did a great job of outlining all of the information for you, and I'm not going to rebuild the wheel when somebody out there already has a perfectly good one. So this pretty much wraps it up, guys. I've had such a fun time taking you on a comprehensive journey through branding. I hope that you have an extremely deep knowledge of what branding truly is and how it supersedes your logo. And if you're confident in your knowledge and understanding of branding, I challenge you to take our free branding e-course located at www.marketing. On this e-course, you can really test your knowledge and skills. We have about 40 questions and 4 modules. It's a self-paced e-course. At the end of each module, you'll have 10 questions to answer, and once you've answered all 40, you will be given a certificate of completion, certifying your deep understanding and knowledge of branding. It has been really fun going over this with you guys. Please, please, please make sure to check out our social media platforms, our blog. We've given even more information than we have in these 4 videos for you guys. But until then, that'll do it. I'll see y'all next time.